Welcome back to From the Pit. You are a one-stop for everything extreme metal, underground. We find the music for you so you don't have to. Here with, Ron. Jesus Christ. Frank, Mike, and Phil.
I didn't know Jesus Christ was a part of this.
And good old JC.
That's my alias.
Okay. That works.
People have written a few books. It's pretty good.
So our Brutal News is our first segment, and we'll start off with the Queers. I had an on-stage falling out.
Yes, legendary punk band. Had a bit of a blow-up. Apparently, their bassist, Dangerous Dave, was being a bit of a dick. So Chris Fields put him on his ass. Cool thing about it, I mean, you hear about this sort of shit all the time, but then there's always fucking drama afterwards.
Yeah.
They posted about it. They're like, he had to blow off some steam. We're all good. Moving on.
Word.
That's what makes
That's
it.
how it's done.
That's the difference between Legends and Green Day.
Oh, boy.
I was like, solve the shit right then there.
Yeah.
That's what happened to the Jonestown Massacre.
Somehow Five Finger Death Punch is still going.
Yeah, we're not even going to talk about
No.
that yet.
I mean, having...
No.
Nope.
No, I'm not talking about Five Finger. No, I'm not talking about the Five Finger
Everyone
White
jump
Punch.
down Ron's throat.
Please? No, but having been in a scenario where I was playing a show and desperately wanted to hit a fellow member of the band, like, I don't know, I feel like on stage it's very easy to resist that urge. I mean,
Yeah.
you're on stage, I don't know, you gotta be in the moment a little bit. But
Yeah,
I don't know, do you know what exactly he did to piss him off?
He was being an abrasive asshole. There's a video on it. We'll actually post a link
I haven't
this
seen that
week.
video. I need to check that out.
But yeah, just some bullshit. I mean, you imagine, a few decades with the same guys on stage.
Yeah,
Probably gets a
exactly.
little
You'd
out
be
of
like-
hand occasionally.
Yeah. I mean, it happens.
Yeah.
I'm glad to know that the band is still like,
That's what I
You
like
know.
to see.
yeah, because like you said, they've been together for 10 years. So I mean, I'm pretty sure you can put
Yeah,
something like
they've
that
been
behind
together
you.
a long time.
Yeah. All right.
Next up, Good Tiger has announced that their GoFundMe project went off without a hitch in 24 hours. So their album is funded, and this is a band featuring ex-members of Tesseract, the Faceless, and the Safety Fire. Not very familiar with the Safety Fire, but Tesseract is a good project.
Faceless is amazing.
I don't know if they mean the death metal
Oh, really?
group. I think there might be like a newer, like post something group. Check it out.
We're not.
Old
Not a
people.
bad
I don't
act. We're not covering the Safety Fire.
We do
or
great
Faceless.
journalism here.
A
I
lot
don't
of
know-
research and dedication.
I don't know how to feel about the whole crowdfunded album thing.
I am right there with you.
I'm real back and forth on it. Like, it's awesome that the fans are supporting the music and getting the album made, but at the same time, I mean, bands did it before without telling all the fans, essentially, hey, buy our album before we even recorded it.
Well, now with this album, can you get like a digital copy for free?
Most GoFunded projects have packages.
If you can get, like, say, the album for free, I'm alright with it.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's the thing, though. It's like you're kind of buying the album up front when you
Yeah.
donate to it, which is...
Cool, I would say.
I mean, I think the inherent problem with GoFunded projects would be the fact that you're investing hope that what you put your money out for is going to turn out into what you think you paid for.
Right, and then God knows what they're going to do with that.
There's been a lot of situations where certain accounts have kind of ran away with the money or not delivered nearly what they promised.
But like if you do that with those like GoFundMe stuff, like you have to refund them. You can't just like
Oh,
take the
yeah,
money.
yeah.
Not
Like,
all of them.
But like I was gonna say, like, as far as like GoFundMe's projects in general, I'm already iffy about, just because like it just seems kind of lazy.
Conceptually, I think it's great.
But when it comes to bands and music, I'm a little more lenient in favor of it, because I feel like it's it's the best possible way of knowing that this money that you are putting out is going directly to this band that you already appreciate.
That's a big upside.
And helping them put out something that you want.
That's true. This is definitely
You're not
something.
paying producers.
Yeah, you're not paying. Well, yeah, you are paying producers and stuff like that, but you're
Yeah.
paying the ones that they've picked because they have the money now to decide
That's
what
true.
they're gonna do
Yes,
with
they
it.
don't have to go necessarily through a label, which
Exactly.
is cool.
Which is-
Yeah, that's true.
Fucking the coolest thing, because it would suck if you gave them this money, then they'd have to go to mom and pop record company and say, "Can we put out an album like this?" And they say, "No, make it shittier."
Speaking of new shit, there's a new Iron Maiden
Yes.
video,
Was it Speed of Light?
Speed of Light.
Awesome.
Great.
It's just
Normal
Maiden.
Maiden, real catchy, awesome
Yeah.
drive
It
to
was
it.
catchy. I was singing it the next day.
If you love Maiden, and if you're watching this show, you should fucking love Maiden.
And a cool video too.
Yeah,
like a
oh,
very
that's it.
Maiden-y video.
I was-
Exactly. If you like video games,
Yeah.
it's it's great.
That's-
It's real clever.
They went through the different style of video games with Eddie.
Yeah,
Yeah, from like 16-bit side scrollers to like first person.
yeah.
Really, really cool shit.
And like some of the games were actually like, I didn't want this to be a real game.
I'd play any video game that had Eddie.
Honestly, maybe.
It might suck.
Yeah,
I'd still play
it was an entertaining video. What I liked most about it was the fact that it was definitely Iron Maiden. I didn't have to guess. They're not taking drastic changes, but it's not boring.
Yeah, it doesn't feel like it's the same fucking
another solid release, I
homogenized fucking
think.
thing they're pumping out. No, they're still a living band. Like,
Yeah,
they've
they're
just
doing
been
what
around
they
for
do.
A while.
Still, Jesus, however many years later.
Still pumping out good material.
Yeah.
Like, Christ sakes, Maiden why I picked up a bass.
Oh boy. Yeah. So Disney's been on a rampage with owning the House of Blues. Ex Mortus is the newest in their lineup of bands that can't play the House of Blues anymore.
Wow,
Just won't let them play
that's
because they don't approve of them.
Because they're not family friendly.
Yeah. So I mean, hey, they're on a list with Machine Head and Warbringer,
oh,
which
some pretty
cool to
good
be on a
alumni.
list with them,
Yeah.
but not for being banned from the House
Yeah.
of Blues.
Well,
Yeah.
hopefully that'll negatively impact them in some way.
I hope so, but I doubt it.
I was gonna
33 years, by the way, for Maiden. 33 years Maiden has been around. Just bringing that back.
That's awesome.
Crazy.
Um,
Moving on.
Other cool shit that's happening, as much as a lot of people probably feel the same as I do about the new Refused album. I hated it. It's terrible. But if you're in their distribution area, Neshaminy Creek has released a beer inspired by The Shape of Punk to Come, which was an incredible fucking album. The beer's pretty goddamn good too.
I'm enjoying it right now.
Pick some up.
Hmm?
Free product placement. Send us beer.
All the beer.
All of it.
Any bands, if you have beers that you want to have on the show, please send.
I'd like a beer next time.
Shut up.
Don't tell me what to do.
Smoothly moving into our next segment, we're gonna move on to hot off the press. I think I'm just gonna jump forward a little bit and mention Mirker's album is up and streaming.
Yes.
I believe, and just listen to it if you haven't. It's ridiculous. Mirker, MYRKYR. Listen to it.
Isn't it KUR?
Links in
MYRKUR.
Mikey
description.
can spell.
Flawless today.
Professional, I believe, is the term.
Trained professional.
Or the peak of our game today. But yeah, it's awesome. She's awesome.
Yeah. I love.
It's a house fave right now.
I was gonna say, I love many variants of black metal. Sometimes finding a
Something
one
that
for
I
you
like. Yeah, it's
is
harder.
very hard,
Mhm.
but even you're on board with this.
Love it. Also, August Burns Red put an album out about a month ago, but I'm a huge fan. I feel like it was worth mentioning. It's called Found in Faraway Places. That came out June 29th.
Is that what the cool music video was from?
Yeah, Under the Sea.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're cool. They shred. I mean,
Oh,
they stay
yeah,
pretty consistent
yeah.
with their releases.
That was a really interesting video. Wasn't sure how to feel.
Yeah, the new Pentagram album comes out today, if that's your thing. I wasn't too crazy about what I've heard from it, but I feel like it's a pretty standard Pentagram release. Oh, and Blistered. Good hardcore. Both of those albums are up streaming right now. They'll both be out today. Pick up copies, listen to the SoundClouds that they're up on, but listen to it legitimately. Don't pirate anything. Bands need money.
Yes. Which is why I'm also in favor of GoFundMe.
That's fair.
Cuts down on some of that shit.
Hmm.
Yeah. What else we got?
We got some fucking tours.
Well, I was gonna say we actually have our main topic to cover.
Yeah, that is what we're doing.
True.
Ignore me.
Should we let an artist's beliefs interfere with our reception of their work? Which, personally, this is not a direct yes or no answer.
No,
It's
Because
not easy.
I believe it's the severity.
it's a scale.
Of,
It's a total sliding scale.
There's an intensity involved. Like, a prime example, Lamb of God. I love Lamb of God. They give me that feeling of like, yes, when I hear their riffs. Their lead singer kind of sometimes is a bit of an alcoholic asshole.
In case you were wondering, his name's Randy Blythe.
Yeah. He can be an asshole. I've seen interviews and I've seen DVs of him and I'm like, but every time I hear that man scream, there's something in me that's like, this feels right. As much as an asshole he is, he's not necessarily
A bad person.
Yeah, he's kind of shitty, but he's not killing anyone. He's not
He's
raping
not
babies.
beating anybody up besides his own bandmates.
Yes,
So I get
which
where
they-
you're coming from there.
That wasn't much of a beating either.
Well, he's getting beat up by them, so that's
Oh.
even more of a consolation, really.
They have
but
to put him in check.
I think
I would.
I think on the more extreme end of things, and I think any metalhead has had this discussion at some point, but Burzum.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yeah. He's an asshole.
Yeah.
He's fascinating to read stuff about, but
That's the sector that I try to avoid, though.
Yeah.
He's-
Yeah.
I mean,
like
terrible.
Gigi Allen and shit like that. Like,
no,
I don't like Gigi Allen's music either, but that's
Well,
not the point.
That's
There's-
understandable.
there's other bands in that genre that have done kind of awful things that, if I'm to be honest, I still listen to.
Yeah, I still listen to Emperor.
Yeah. And that one was very hard to...
Yeah.
Very, very hard to... I don't want to... Yeah, it's...
I think what makes it so much worse with Burzum is the fact that, it's a one-man group.
Mm-hmm.
So it is strictly his beliefs
So you can...
behind the whole thing.
That's the thing with Emperor, though. Like, Emperor... If it's one I guess in any band, if it's one person of the band, you can hate that person, but the rest of the band might not necessarily follow that belief.
It's tough to say. It's still pretty unforgivable, really.
No,
But-
and I'm saying, but
Well, here's an example.
For those who may not know, what exactly are you talking about specifically?
Burzum?
Yeah.
no, or Burzum was with Emperor.
Mhm.
Both.
Either-
Hit 'em both real
Hit 'em
quick,
both.
yeah.
Okay, Emperor, was it the drummer?
Yes.
He, lured a gay dude to the woods and killed him.
Stabbed him.
Murdered the
multiple
shit
times.
out of him.
Yeah, and... Yeah, that's not cool.
No.
Not at all.
It's clearly not okay.
Like, you don't do that, okay? I don't care. If you don't want to like his life choices, fine. Maybe have a protest, but don't even do that because it's,
Yeah.
fuck off. Get with the times. Like,
Yeah.
his life isn't affecting yours.
Yeah. And then Burzum. I know where do we start, but still.
If you don't know the story of Burzum, use the internet. We don't have the time.
Okay,
Burned a bunch of churches down.
that's not even the part that I get even
Yeah,
super
'cause honestly,
pissed
that's
off
metal.
about.
That's
Burn
metal.
churches.
It's his
Burning
racist
churches is-
beliefs.
Yeah.
He burned churches, he murdered people, he hates everyone who's not exactly like him. He's a terrible, awful, shitty human being.
Yes.
And he's written literature about his shitty beliefs. So he's clearly very strongly got a foundation in racist, horrible hatred.
Bigotry. Shit.
But yeah, I think it really is, like you said, the severity of the beliefs. I mean, it's become more and more clear that Matt Pike of Sleep and High on Fire is a crazy conspiracy theorist. I mean, to the level of like the reptilian people.
Explain.
Oh, he believes in the whole New World Order, the Illuminati, the reptile people, all of it.
It's a lot of organizations all active at one time.
He believes in all of the crazy
it's a scary
things.
world to live in.
I'm not gonna hold that against him. I don't care.
No,
The
but
music's great.
All right, for me, I guess my example would be that I'd throw out for the debate is what we talked about earlier with As They Lay Dying and their old singer, and they've all since left to move on to another project because obviously, what happened between him and everybody and his wife, they didn't agree with. So that's awesome that they moved on, and I really don't like the project they move on to, but As They Lay Dying was like a staple for me growing up, and after he paid to have his wife murdered, it was like that was it. I can't, especially a frontman, a vocalist, when you put the music on, you're kind of like implicatively
like attached
condoning,
to him.
Condoning the words they say, and that's my belief. So that's why I just can't listen to them anymore. It's like I don't want to be associated, even in the farthest reaches, with this kind of a mentality.
I think you were also talking about AFI.
AFI too. AFI, I don't listen to them anymore because I feel like we couldn't be friends. I mean, maybe it's weird, but it's like I agree with a lot of the things he agrees with, but on a fundamental level, I'm not good enough.
It's that he's so aggressive with it that if you're not of the same beliefs, that you suck. I mean, I get that.
That's the definition of bigotry right there.
But it also comes down. He's not harming anybody.
But he's a bigot. If he has that mindset of you're lesser than me because you are not doing the same thing as me, you're a bigot, and I don't want.
I mean, maybe I'm just more sensitive. Like I just don't,
I'll be honest. I'm still gonna listen to AFI because I sing the sorrow when I was in high school. That I just listened to that almost
it's different
every day.
You know what? I probably still will too, but it's gonna be different.
I mean, for me, Answer That and Stay Fashionable is still one of my favorite fucking
All
albums.
Hallows EVP. Like, I mean, there's a lot of AFI I really was
They made
to.
a lot of great music, and I also feel like that's modern Davey Havok. I feel like he may not have been that asshole when they were recording that music before, so...
Yeah. I mean, it's...
This is not a cut and dry.
It's far from a cut and dry thing. But here's a question. All right, so if you heard somebody listening to Screwdriver, would you look at them differently?
That's an interesting one because there's a lot of people who still listen to the first album because Screwdriver is a band that is notoriously racist skinheads, but their first album mentioned nothing about that. Wasn't a racist album at all. A lot of people still will have that first album in their collection. I don't agree with it. I think he was always a hateful asshole.
Yeah.
Regardless of whether or not he was speaking it openly on that first album. If I heard someone listening to anything after the first album, I'd definitely be judgmental.
But is that into the same field as Burzum?
Burzum's a tough kid, and here's where a lot of it gets really watery and tough to... It's like Burzum is incredibly important in the history of black metal. It's kind of hard to fault someone, especially because his music doesn't portray any sort of hatred. Music's very separate from his beliefs. He's just such an asshole, I can't even get behind it. But... yeah, so I can't necessarily hate. A lot of people listen to Burzum and don't share his beliefs.
Exactly. Yeah, so that's kind of what I was trying to...
Whereas with Screwdriver, the first album, I'll give you a pass. I disagree with it, but it's fine. If you're listening to anything after that, why would you listen to shit?
No one wants to listen to music with a racist message. Like, well, except for racist people, but no one cares about them.
Yeah, you shouldn't be listening to that shit.
Yeah, I guess that extends a little bit off my point. Is like, then if that's the connotation given them, and they're not majorly influential, and they are pretty awful, why give them the attention?
Yes.
Even if it's on your own time. I don't know.
There are plenty of great groups out there who could use the attention, who aren't assholes.
Exactly. I guess that's where I'm at with it. Yeah.
It's just like we love assholes. We are America loves dickheads. Like, what the fuck? That's just a thing. That's like always been a thing. Like, it's not. Nobody really pays attention to that guy who's like the smartest and knows what he's talking about. They're paying attention to the fucking guy shouting at you and in your fucking face, like in your face about it. So, I mean, on one hand, I feel like a lot of these people who are assholes on camera are assholes on camera. Like you also have to think about the fact that like what we see of them is a microcosm of their entire life, So a lot of some people might even just be putting on that asshole stern character, so people will feel a little weird about them. And
that's fine until you get to the level of racism or promoting hateful beliefs.
Exactly. Once you get to a point where you're outright like
I mean, like Davey Havoc
discriminating
doesn't take
against
off the
other people.
agro vegan hat when he gets home. He's just that. Like, it's a shame.
Wait, is he really? Like, have we ever hung out with Davey Havoc to know what he's like when, like, cameras and fans and everyone else in the world is away from him? I'm pretty sure he's a normal guy.
You have that point, but whether he's being an asshole on camera or not is less the point. It's more that he's getting.
Baptists go home and like break out Monopoly, and they're cool people.
I'm sure they probably play board games of some kind. Just like regular people. They're probably fucking.
Do you catch my reference?
I get what you're saying, but like he's talking about being vegan. They're talking about God. No,
he's talking about how people that aren't vegan are assholes. So,
and there's the problem.
And they're talking about how people that don't believe that.
He's obviously never ate bacon. I'm just saying, like, he's never ate
he just
a product of a pig.
He found entirely too much self-worth in elitism, and I don't like that.
Yeah, that's the problem. It makes the rest of us look
coming
bad.
from Mr. I hate
Fall Out Boy, and then Lamb of God. Yeah, I do.
You heard it here first.
Yeah.
You fucking bandist.
Yeah. Tone Nazi motherfucker. So I'll hang up on Mike for a while, please.
Do you guys have any more bits on the main topic?
No.
Other than it's still that.
I think this is one of our mainly like personal things. I don't think there's anything to tell anybody what to do, but
no. And like I said, black metal technically, it's in that second wave was very hateful.
Satanic and cultish.
And like not even real Satanism, just anti-Christian Satanism.
Yeah.
It wasn't actual Satanism.
Yeah.
But do I still listen to that? Yes. I still have a love for it. I don't know it.
Yeah, I mean,
you're in a predicament too. I mean, like, I could give most black metal a pass because it is extremely iconic of a time and a style of music. I don't agree with the people mostly. But, where else are you going to go to get that sound? All right. I get it. But the general prejudice had by that wave is not okay. Mm-hmm. That's all.
Yeah.
It's human rights, really. But,
try not to support assholes.
Yeah.
That's our biggest thing. Try not to
your
support
homework
assholes.
for today. And on to our favorite segment of the week. It's when we all take a band, listen to it pretty intimately, and
yes, we bring you into the pit.
Yep. Start off with Ronald.
Oh, word. All right. So this week I picked Mandroid Echo Star. They're like a progressive metal act out of Canada, I want to say. Just a really awesome band. Super solid. Listen to their album Citadels. Links in the description. And it's pretty much just a really nice building kind of album where it's like if you just took it in sections of the album, it would almost sound like different bands at points because they can like clean it up and the dude just starts singing his fucking ass off and everything sounds really nice and shimmery, and then they cut it back down to a little breakdown and things get a little.
It's got outstanding mastering.
Oh yeah,
the writing is crazy.
It's like the thing that I really noticed was the fact that I didn't realize there were 3 guitars in the band until I saw a video of it.
And they pull that off.
And at no point in the album does it feel like any of the guitars are fighting each other for anything. Like they all have their own space, and even when a player might switch roles, it's still just seamless.
So who would this be for fans of? Would you think?
If
Circa
you're a
Survive.
fan of Circa Survive, Coheed and Cambria,
Yes.
Rush, if you like just fast, upbeat, complicated music, but that is still like tasty and you can digest it pretty well.
It's far and away from a Gent album. It's the way all the cool shredding is fucking cool shredding.
Yeah,
it's progressive and technical, and I like it.
Exactly.
It's got that, like you said, from the beginning, it's that prog rock. And then as it goes on, it kind of builds its heaviness.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And it kind of completely changes, and it caught me off guard when we were listening to it.
And I'm totally down.
Yeah, towards
that's
the
one
end
of the
of
coolest
that
things
album, I really
can
start
do.
getting pumped. Towards the end of that album, it just starts building.
Yeah, and they just have a lot of cool sections, a lot of cool hooks and melodies, and they're just catchy and all good, like 9 out of 10. Wood vape.
Wood vape, yeah. Very good.
All right, so who's next?
Frankie
got the pleasure. Well, I was looking around at shows happening in the area, and one that's going to be happening Saturday, I came across a band called Wizard Eye. That'll be playing around us. Mm-hmm. They actually turned out to be a more local band from PA, and their description of themselves was the sound of a black hole imploding. So I was like, well, I'm intrigued.
See, that makes me think of
It's either really dark or really sexual.
Wizard Eye to me just sounds like a euphemism for butthole, though.
I like those. Damn.
This is where magic happens.
Yeah. And
Good stuff's derailed.
So I threw them on, and it's take psychedelic rock with a good groove riff going along and down tune it to real low.
I remember.
Yeah, it is.
Good. They're really good.
It's real deep.
So real doomy.
Oh, and it's got that beautiful warmth
Sludgy?
from the
more than doomy. I think maybe I don't know.
It's they go
a little bit of both,
hand
I
in
guess.
hand.
Yeah,
And it's got that beautiful warm from the tube amps, but they don't necessarily always keep it slow.
Mm-hmm.
They'll speed it up a bit in certain sections for certain songs, and it's amazing. And they've also have these awesome sections where the bass is it's like bass synth wall. And it is so delicious.
I was a fan. We were jamming out to it on YouTube the one day.
Yeah.
It was good.
And there was a little bit of my heart that feels sad as they released a live album, and I found out that was recorded at the Chalk Balcony, which is a stage that I got to play on. So to hear a live recording on a band that I got to play on is, I don't know, it makes me a little giddy inside.
Yeah, that's real cool.
But if you're a fan of like sludgy doom stuff, kind of psychedelic rock, check these dudes out. Fantastic. Like,
Yep, I was a fan. This week I listened to the Hudson Horror, the album Nemesis. It's awesome. It reminds me of a little bit of a Bodum feel, a little bit of As Blood Runs Black, All Shall Perish sort of stuff. It's thrashy in the sense that there's a lot going on musically. It's I don't know, it's just kind of like a deathcore album, but it's got a lot of flair. It's like Alter Beast, but a little less.
the tone is different.
A little less insane.
Yeah, like the tone is different.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
And I was going to say the tone that the album has.
I mean, like
It's different.
No,
as opposed to Alter Beast, they break the rhythm down a little bit more.
Yeah.
It's a little more core.
Yeah.
And I like that.
Ultra Beast is shrill right
Ultra
now.
Beast
is just
instead of going for that like that crushing grill, they go for more like a harsher.
Somebody
I guess
gift
I would
that,
say
please.
abrasive or.
It's a great release. Yeah. Metal. I'm totally spacing right now. Shit.
You
Words.
did it.
Yeah.
You fucked up.
Yeah. This would be a good time for a cut, I think.
You ain't getting
Falling
one.
apart.
You get none.
No,
No
alright,
breaks.
so the Hudson Horror. It's good. Check it out. Metalcore.
He's a man of few words.
Please do every review that way from now on. Just band name, it's good, listen to it, genre.
Yeah, I mean, unless it's Lamb of God, I haven't said anything on the contrary. Don't listen to them.
Listen to him. Fucking listen to him. You love him.
We're gonna get so much hate.
I think I've said enough.
Since
No, Mikey's gonna get so much hate.
Oh, please.
since no one's
Mail him anthrax.
no one's aware, I suppose, since this is our second episode, there's a big split at the table over Lamb of God. Goes from extreme passion to extreme hatred to meh.
There you are. Get
One more time, fucker.
Lamb of God fans can't even high five.
Suck my
there it
balls.
Yeah, I don't want to hear that. That was not my fault. He wasn't looking at the elbow.
You gotta look at the elbow. Randy will never tell you that.
I swear.
I feel like I should walk away from this.
Yeah, you
Are
should.
we good?
Show is
I
turning
think-
into a
I won't hurt
huge
you.
train
You gave
wreck.
me
All
beer.
right.
What band
You-
did you
you-
listen
you're
to
not
this
gonna
week?
hurt
What'd you listen
anyone,
to, Phil? What'd you listen to, Phil? Picking fights over here.
Yeah, what you listen to is not even up here. What the fuck you
Fucking
listen to?
drunks.
I spent pretty much all day, every day this week listening to Beyond Pink.
Ah.
Incredible,
I love the-
incredible band. It's, I want to throw out the term thrashcore. It's something you haven't really heard since the early 2000s when we had bands like Rambo and Toxic Narcotic. Probably one of my favorite eras in recent music. They're just an awesome group from Sweden. Dear God, now I'm
That girl
blanking.
still in the
Thanks.
hospital?
Yeah.
Yes,
Have you heard anything else about
they unfortunately had to cancel a recent tour due to oh God, I believe it was their vocalist.
Yeah.
Some sort of liver issues. They still don't know exactly
That's not funny. I don't
exactly what. No, yeah,
Sorry.
like I
Can
said,
only-
nothing but the top journalism on this show. But they've been going through a lot of issues. So go online and buy their albums. They're 35 cents a piece. But really, really satirical. I love good humor in a band. One of my personal favorite songs off of their album Pride and Prejudice, which has the greatest album cover ever. Look it up. They have a song called Neanderthal Dreamin', and the whole song is about how she'd rather be a Neanderthal living in caves and being hunted by tigers than deal with modern day life. It's
Word.
it's pretty fantastic. They're well worth checking out. And I hope we get to a day where I don't have to mention this, where this isn't an exciting thing, but it's an all-female group, and they fucking slay. It's incredible. Can't say enough
Yeah.
good things about them.
Definitely.
Go buy their albums.
Now.
Like, immediately.
I was gonna say, as long as you have $2, can't you buy them all?
Yeah. Yeah.
Actually, yeah.
So go fucking support them. They need it.
And that brilliantly delivered segment leads us into fucking tours.
Fucking tours.
Toxic Holocaust and Lord Dying tour.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Just go. Go to this fucking show. What do you... We don't need to say anything. It's Toxic Holocaust and Lord Dying, for Christ's sake. Frank seems unamused.
Yeah.
Why?
I don't know.
You dick. What else is coming up?
Oh, Ghost is on tour.
Yes, Ghost is on tour. As we as we mentioned last week, they sadly lost their battle with the Pope in Philly. Had to reschedule to Tuesday.
Frankie won.
Yeah.
So, yes, Frankie won. There will be no Ghost versus Pope. I'm still depressed about that. I'm not even going. I just wanted it to happen. The Housecore Horror Festival.
Yes.
We're all extremely jealous of Texas for probably the first time ever.
Ever.
I feel like we should go to war with them over this. Like, force a succession.
All right,
This all
Texas, you're
sounds-
fucking out. You fucking.
Yes.
Selfish pricks.
How dare you have awesome festivals with great music and horror movies? How
Without
dare
us.
you?
Yeah. Why didn't you invite us?
They did invite
Texas?
us.
What?
We could have gone. Anyone could go.
No, they know.
Yeah.
They know what they've done. Okay, they didn't offer us a train or plane ride down there. With ticket price, so
Yeah, every other festival does that.
it's in the fine print.
Every Time I Die is on tour with Gatherers, Gnar Wolves, and another band. You'd have to check that out to find out what
I'm sorry.
that was.
Anytime I hear Narwolves, I automatically think of Narkill.
Yeah, a little bit. It's very SoCal.
And then,
Vernacular.
Okay.
And East Coast Tsunami.
yeah.
Oh my god, yes, East Coast Tsunami. Super fucking excited. For anyone who hasn't heard yet, it's a hardcore fest that takes place every year. Well, they decided to switch things up a little bit this year. We're getting Wu-Tang, Mobb Deep, Body Count. Yeah, fucking cop killer. Just crazy. Crazy. Wu-Tang headlining one night, Life of Agony headlining another. Ton of sick bands. Madball's playing, which is a reason to go to anything. Because it's fucking Madball.
Yeah, they're on like their 25th or 6th year, right?
Yeah, they've been at it for quite a while. Freddie's been fronting hardcore bands since he was like 13. So, needless to say, they put on a fantastic fucking performance.
It's one angry teenager.
Yeah.
Sometimes you just know
Oh.
know young. I'm gonna be pissed for a long time.
Well, when you're growing up and agnostic, and your
please.
brother's an agnostic front.
Yeah.
So, yeah, go.
I forgot to mention
Oh.
it earlier when we were putting this together, and I was trying to look it up just now, but I know the Afropunk, that's coming up soon too.
I didn't know anything about that.
I think that I want to say it's going to be this weekend, but yeah, Afropunk.
Where is this happening? Who's
New
involved?
York. Everybody. I don't know. I was trying to look it up, but I forgot to mention it earlier. It was kind of my fault for not actually mentioning it while we were putting the show together. But Afropunk, look that up.
God damn it, Ronathan.
I guess not listed on here, but as I was saying before, I was
Links in
talking
the
about Lizard Eye.
Yes.
If you're in the area, in the Philadelphia area, I believe it's the Fire. I believe it's a Saturday. It should be August 22nd.
You said Kung Fu Necktie?
No, the
No.
Fire.
Oh. Might be.
The Fire on, I believe it's at Gerard.
Mm-hmm. Little hole in the wall. It's awesome.
Yeah. Wizard Eye is going to be playing along with a few other bands of the same.
Like you said, it sounds like some good
Wizard
beer.
Eye.
Beer,
Beer,
music. Just
yeah,
go sit and
pound
chill.
beers and-
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
Sounds good. Are they just on that show as a local band, or are they on the tour?
I have to look into it, but I know
Okay.
Might be like a Harper show.
it might be. But I like those shows.
Yeah.
Yeah,
definitely.
the Fire is a good venue too. I mean,
Yeah, anybody in
put
New
a free
Jersey,
plug, but yeah, they're good.
if you've got like a concurrent local show, let us know about it. We can either go or advertise it.
Yeah.
God, I love local
And more,
shows.
even still in the same vein, if you're also in a band and you want
Yes.
to talk about you guys, maybe even have you guys as the theme song or just feature you in some kind of way, let us know. Shoot us
Our
an email.
editor's looking for things to do. He's really bored putting this together right
Yeah,
now.
he-
Like right now, he's just over there like
He
playing with his
needs
belly button.
clips
It's
to
weird.
put in.
So bored he couldn't even put the links in the description. I'm looking at
I know.
you, Tom.
I mean,
Look at that. Look at them.
He's going to fuck us all in editing.
like, share, subscribe. Check us out. We're gonna be weekly Fridays.
Yeah,
From the pit.
Good night, ladies.